Hello students, welcome to CMI's online classes, and this video is for class 7, chapter number 16, and the name of the chapter is Water. Water, a precious resources. As we know, water is a natural resources, and it's due to water only that we have a life on earth. Okay, and in our previous classes we talked about different sources of water, forms of water, how we get water. Okay, that means the water cycle and other things of water. Now in this topic we will talk about why water is depleting, or we have a less amount of water, and by what method we can conserve it or save water. So let's start. Scarcity of water. So scarcity means the less amount of water. That means the water, as we all know that due to water cycle, whatever the amount of water is constant, it is fixed, but only 1% water present on the earth is used by us. That means we use only 1% of the water present on the earth, and that 1% is also going to decrease. So with growing population and other related factors, in a near future we may be very much, what you can say, we will face a very much problem due to the scarcity of water. So let's start. What do you mean by scarcity of water? So it is defined as a situation where there is insufficient water to satisfy normal requirements. That means in most places we can see that due to water many people they kill themselves. Okay, through water is a renewable process or renewable resources. The factors of scarcity of waters are, as we know, it is a renewable resources. That means when during the rain, again it will, what you can say, we can get water, but due to pollution of water we are only having a less amount of water. So what are those factors? So first of all, increasing population. So each and every individual need water. So if there is increase in a population, obviously there will be a scarcity of water. Then increasing industries, because industry also require huge amount of water for washing of the raw materials, cooling the factories or cooling the machineries at extra. Agricultural activities, that means mostly in agriculture water is needed to grow crops. Okay, but that also we are not using in a correct method. Then we have deforestation, that means cutting down of trees. Okay, these are also, deforestation also causes the scarcity of water. So water scarcity will result in insufficient plant growth, decreases food production and famine. That means when we have a water scarcity, there will be a less agricultural crops. Okay, because most of the people mostly we depend on water for our plants to grow. Food production will be decreased, and there will be a situation of famine. Means due to hunger, due to thirst, many people will die. Now some causes of water scarcity, as we talk the industrial use, agricultural use, then we talked about overpopulation and deforestation. Some other causes are also there. Number one, in India, uncontrolled use of borewells, technology for extracting groundwater. So you have seen bore well, that means a big pipe is inserted on the ground to extract the groundwater for the crops to grow. But the resources, that means the underground water is getting depleted due to this uncontrolled use of borewells. Then pollution of freshwater resources. We throw many things in water. Industrial waste are thrown in waters, domestic waste are thrown in waters, so that is not fit for consumption. So that also causes scarcity. No effective measures for water conservation. We don't have any effective measures for water conservation, means to save water. Okay, we only talked, and a small portion is only applied. Okay, so effects of water scarcity on plants. First of all, what are the effects of water scarcity on plants? So you must have seen potted plants wilting and ultimately dying up if they did not get water even for a few days. Okay, simple example, we can have an example at our homes only. Okay, you just pot a plant and leave it, don't put water in it. Okay, as far as the mud has water, that plant will grow, but slowly the plant will die due to water scarcity. So plants need water to get nutrients from the soil to prepare their food. That means, so if plants don't get nutrients from the soil, how can they prepare their food? And ultimately the plant will die. So the consequences will be very much devastating. Okay, if water is not available to plants, because mostly all living organisms depend plants for the food. So the effects of water scarcity on plants are stunted growth, decreases food production, and famine. Stunted growth means there will not be sufficient growth. That, as for example, if we grow a crop, that will not produce a seed. Similarly, if we grow vegetables, okay, the part of the vegetables will not grow, or if they grow also, they will not get a sufficient nutrients. Then food production and famine is the related things. Then we will talk about depletion of water table. How water table is depleted. So water table may go down if the water is not sufficiently replenishing. That means not fulfilling it. So it is due to increasing population, industrial decreases of seepage area for seepage of rainwater, agricultural activities like bore wells, deforestation, cutting down of trees, and scanty rainfall. Scanty rainfall means less amount of rainfall in the particular area. So these all factors will affect the water table. Okay, now let's talk about how increasing population causes the scarcity of water. So as we know that if population is increased, that means there will be a more demand for construction of houses. So for construction of houses, what people will do? People will construct the house with trees, or they need furnitures. Then the mud is also taken out. Okay, so that also causes deforestation. Then shops, offices, roads and pavements is constructed. So for construction of roads, a larger portion of agricultural land or forest land have to be covered, so which ultimately result in the scarcity of water. So this decreases the open areas like parks and playgrounds. This in turn decreases the seepage of rainwater into the ground. As for example, as we talked about groundwater replenishing. Okay, how do groundwater get replenished. Okay, so when rainfall occurs, through small cracks or through small holes, the water get deep into the ground. Okay, but if there is no crack, if construction is done, then what will happen? There will be no replenishing of the groundwater. A huge amount of water is needed for construction work, and all the water is drawn from ground. So there will be a decrease in water level. Okay, so these are the causes of increasing population on water. Others we have for personal, or you can say the requirement of human beings, as for example drinking, bathing, washing clothes, okay, washing things, they need water. So if population is increased, the use of water will also be increased, and ultimately there will be a scarcity of water. Then let's talk increasing industries. If industry is increased, how water, source of water or the amount of water is decreased. So water is used by all industries. As for example, it is used to wash the raw materials, for cooling of the machineries, etc. So almost everything that we use needs water somewhere in its production process. So number of industries is increasing day by day. And why number of industries is increasing? To fulfill the demands of growing population. Okay. So water used by most industries is drawn from groundwater. Okay, through bore wells, by inserting tube well pipe, and through the drawing up to the machineries. Okay, so as this happens, obviously the level of the groundwater will be decreased. Then we have agricultural activities. How agricultural activities causes scarcity of water. So as we know, in India, most of the people are farmers. Okay, a majority of farmers in India depends upon rain for irrigating their crops. So irrigation system like canals are there only in a few places. Okay, as for example, we have a largest canal in India, Indira Gandhi Canal. Okay, then various in small areas or places, in few places only the canals are made. But where there are no canals, how people irrigate the crops? Okay, so this system may suffer from lack of water due to plenty of rainfall. So farmers have to use groundwater for irrigation. So if there is a lack of water, what will happen? The crops will die. Okay, so the farmers have to use groundwater for irrigation, and similarly, if they use the groundwater for irrigation, the water level will decrease. Population pressure on agriculture force increase use of groundwater day by day. This resulting depletion of water table. That means, as we know that as population increases, they need more crops. Okay, so agricultural activities are also increased. So to fulfill the demand of growing population, use of groundwater is increasing day by day. Okay, so nowadays it's not only that rainfall, the farmers not only depend on the rainfall, they have found the alternative way to get water, that is from the groundwater, but this result in depletion of water tables. Okay, so effects of water scarcity on plants. First of all, what are the effects of water scarcity on plants? So you must have seen potted plants wilting and ultimately dying up if they did not get water even for a few days. Okay, simple example, we can have an example at our homes only. Okay, you just pot a plant and leave it don't put water in it. Okay, as far as the mud has water, that plant will grow, but slowly the plant will die due to water scarcity. So plants need water to get nutrients from the soil to prepare their food. That means, so if plants don't get nutrients from the soil, how can they prepare their food? And ultimately the food will the plant will die. Now let's talk about water management. How water is managed, or how we can manage water. So most of the water that we get as rainfall just flows away without being used. The rainwater can be used to recharge the groundwater. So this is referred to as water harvesting or rainwater harvesting. Okay, so rainwater harvesting is the very much effective method to conserve water. So many places in India, an age-old practice of water storage and water recharge, like the Bawaris. It is the old practices to store water. Bawaris was the traditional way of collecting water. Bawri. Okay, so nowadays we can conserve water by rainwater harvesting, by collecting the rainwater. Okay, because when it is mixed with the soil, most of it is wasted. Okay, so we can use it in a very effective way. So how we can conserve water? That means conservation of water. We can save water by avoiding wastage, avoiding wastage. That means avoiding wastage of water. Repair leaking taps. When you have a tap at home, that should be repaired. Water the plant by drop and drop, not by a bucket or a mug. Okay, so these are all how we can save water. Then other practices are households can save water by promptly fixing leaks. Recycling of water is very important. As for example, the water that is used to wash the vegetables can be used to plant the garden or plant the pots. Okay, and that can also be used to wash the vehicles. Okay, by improving the method of irrigating the fields. Another one is rainwater harvesting. Okay, for rainwater harvesting we have a figure here. Okay, when rainfall occurs, okay, through a pipe we can filter it and collect it in a tank. Okay, and again we can purify it and use it for other purposes like washing, okay, washing clothes, washing the dishes, bathing, okay, then washing the floors, etc. Okay, so these are all conservation of water. Now distribution of water. Some places have good amount of rain, and at some places they are desert which have scanty rainfall. It's not that all the places in the earth have a equal amount of rainfall. It's not so. Some places get a good amount of water. As for example, you can say Amazon rainforest, or in the equatorial belt of, we can say, Indonesia and other places. India is a vast country and the rainfall is not the same everywhere, as we all know. As for example, we have Rajasthan, it is dry. Then we have Kerala, it's very wet. So some regions have excessive rain while some other have very little rainfall. So where there is very little rainfall, the amount of crops, okay, grown is very less. Okay. So excessive rain causes flood also. So in higher altitudes where there is excessive amount of rainfall, that can cause floods, and it can cause much more damage to life and property. Whereas the absence of rains also result in drought. Okay, so if rainfall is excess, means more flood occurs, and if it is less, there is a drought like situation. Okay, so now let's have a look at the annual rainfall in India. Okay, see, the darker portion have an annual rainfall of 400 millimeter. So we can say that in northeast mostly rainfall is good, and in Kerala, as I discussed, in Kerala, Goa, okay, we have large amount of water, we have a good rainfall. Then we have after that 100 to 200 we have a blue portion, that means mostly in the plains. Okay, plains of, we can say, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, Bihar. Okay, a good amount of rainfall is there. Then we can see 0 to 20, that means in Ladakh region, in the Kutch region, okay, we have very little rainfall. So rainfall is very much important for replenishing of water table. So if you can use rainwater as a source by rainwater harvesting and correct use of groundwater, then there will be no scarcity of water.